The impact is too early to tell yet, obviously. We can see some of what the press impact is. There's something like 7,000 stories now on Google News. There's responses from the White House, several responses from Pakistan, from a number of different countries that have found material in this. It's clear that the eventual impact is going to be significant. What it is in total, I'm not sure. So the things that I'm most sort of optimistic about is that it is causing, if you like, significant attempts and by the White House to downplay it. On the one hand, to say we're already considering it and doing it anyway. A lot of time has been taken up. So even if the words don't amount to much, a lot of time is being used up in response. Now, for the rest of the press, we're just starting to see that New Zealand press is just extracting materials from this. The Canadian press says that they have just discovered that 4 Canadian soldiers killed in Operation Medusa in August 2006 that were previously blamed on the Taliban were in fact killed as a result of a US bomb dropping on the house that they are in. The Danish press has started to, the press in the Netherlands has started to find its own revelations. The press in Pakistan is really digging through this material, and the challenge to the ISI and the former head of the ISI has come out and given public statements.
And what can we say about people who link it to the Pentagon Papers in 1971?
Well, we have to remember that one of those people is Daniel Ellsberg, the leaker of the Pentagon Papers. So he says that it is the most significant thing since the Pentagon Papers, and perhaps more significant.
It's reported that a man who's been linked to your site before and is in jail in Kuwait, Bradley Manning, who I believe is 22, it's widely reported that people who say he's the source also say he could face 52 years in jail. What's your reaction to all of that?
There is no charge in relation to this material and Bradley Manning. There has been no credible, evidence-based allegations in relation to this material and Bradley Manning. He is alleged to, and in fact charged, with being the source of the collateral murder tape, which showed how 2 Reuters journalists and between 16 and 24 other people were mowed down in Baghdad by an Apache helicopter in 2007. I have made the statement in response to the announcement the United States is going to aggressively investigating this leak, that the world is watching. 14 pages in The Guardian and 17 pages in Der Spiegel is not nothing. The world is watching to see what the US response is. Is the US responsible? We will investigate these allegations that arise out of this material. We treat them seriously. We treat the rights of the Afghani people seriously. We will investigate them. But in fact, the first response by the US administration is that they will investigate the person who, or persons who have uncovered these potential abuses. And I think that sends a very bad signal from the United States to Europe and to the region of Afghanistan.
Do you know the source of the latest leaks, but are not revealing it? Or is this a new model where you don't even know, WikiLeaks doesn't even know the source, the identity of the source of these leaks?
We never know the source of the leak. Our whole system is designed such that we don't have to keep that secret. It's very, very hard when your adversary is a modern state intelligence agency to actually keep a secret. I would even say impossible over the long term to keep a secret anywhere other than in your head, and maybe not even then, the way things are going. But if you don't collect the secret in the first place, you don't have to keep it. And so our communications infrastructure is designed to remove that. Sometimes we'll speak to a journalist or human rights activist or a government figure, and they will say, hey, I might have some document for you. And we'll say, okay, don't tell us any more. Go and send it through our anonymous submission system, and we get a document that appears. Was it that person? Was it their friend? Was it complete coincidence? We don't know. Of course, we could make a guess and maybe say it has something to do with that person, but it would only be a guess and it would not be evident.